What is going on, guys? The Space Odyssey Summit is now live on the Crew 2, and this is actually the last one until Season 6, which is crazy, but I'm insanely excited for the new season. But nonetheless, in Platinum, the blue Shockwave smoke does look pretty cool, and in Gold, we will have the other legendary half-set boosted for the Drift class. Now, it looks like from taking a closer look at this, I do believe it's going to be Pure and Drifty on there, which I really don't see the point of having either one of those on the Drift class, but at least it'll be another Nitro Chemist set you guys might have on this class if there happens to be like one of those weird races in a summit. At least we could be set up for that, but besides that, I don't think this set is going to be very good at all for drifting. And now moving over to the Space Odyssey Summit here, so starting off with the Slalom. So for this one, I ran the lovely Ram Rebel 1500 concept, which seems to do a really good job. I would say you could pretty much use any of the rally raid vehicles on this, and one of my friends actually runs a hypercar with a score breaker set, also seems to work as well, which is kind of funny. So depending on the track, you can also use other classes on these as well, which is hilarious. And then for the escape this week will actually be in the water, so I decided to run the 1414 Demon, which is basically the only power boat I really use on all the escapes. This boat is just honestly untouchable. It's insanely fast. It handles really well. I really do love driving it. Now, if you really wanted to, you could probably run the Vector, but I just personally don't think that boat is as good. It is very twitchy. That's why I like using it on these slaloms. I think that's the best boat for that. But for the escapes, guys, I highly recommend the 1414 Demon. And then moving over to the Speedtrap's going to honestly be pretty easy compared to some of the other ones we have seen. All you really have to do on this one is literally turn around and then go back toward the objective as fast as you possibly can. I actually did this in one run and did 391 miles an hour. And then moving over to the street race, I actually decided to run the lovely Infiniti Q60 because for some weird reason, this car is actually really good. It may not be as fast as the 911 GT or the Lamborghini, but my goodness, I've been having a lot of fun using this car. And from what I could actually see from the testing, I would say this car can easily compete in most of the summits. It may not be as quick, but you could still get really good times with this vehicle. And then for the Rallycross event, we actually get to do one of the US Speed Tour races, which will be stage 2. For this, I actually ran the Cadillac Escalade Enforcer unit, which I would say is probably my favorite overall Rallycross vehicle in the game, but the Mitsubishi Lancer is going to also be a really good option. This race will take some time though, but I did find it really fun. And then moving over to the hypercar race, we get to drive the Lamborghini Egoista, which is still probably one of the best hypercars in the game, even though I barely see anyone use this thing now. So if you guys haven't, I do recommend taking another look at the Egoista because this car is insanely good. Not only does it handle really well, but it's also really fast, and I do find this thing really fun to use, and it also looks like a spaceship as well, which is kind of funny. But I do also think this race is a little weird because it's insanely dark in some areas, and I had issues actually seeing the road on some of the turns because my headlights literally were not doing anything. And then for the other street race, you get to use the Ariel, which is actually a really good car, but on the Pikes Peak Mountains, this one's going to be pretty tough because there's a lot of turns. I noticed the Ariel is a really good vehicle unless you go off the road. I did slide out a couple of times trying to go around the turns a little bit because of how the road is uneven. Also, if you guys are running manual, this could be kind of tough keeping the car in the right gear, but besides that, this is a pretty fun race overall. And then moving down to the Alpha GP race, we get to drive the Expo R, which I still think is one of the best Alpha GP vehicles in this entire game. This car is so much fun to use. It handles really well. The top speed on it's kind of low compared to some of the others, but it really does make up for that with its handling and how this thing actually drives. Now do keep in mind, this is a US Speed Tour race, so expect to drive for around 5 minutes to get this done, but luckily the KTM's a really good vehicle to use on this, so I'm glad we actually have the option to use one of the best Alpha GP vehicles in the game. And then for the final race in the summit, we get to drive one of the touring car bikes on a street race, which is actually really fun to do. I ran the Ducati Panigale R, which I do think is the best bike to use in this class, at least for this, even though the MotoGP looking bikes are also really good and also sound amazing. I would say you could basically use any bike of your choice on this race because most of the touring bikes are honestly really good, but I just recommend trying out the Ducati. This is basically the only bike I've used because the handling is really good on this. It feels really nice to use compared to the others, and it's also insanely fast as well. But anyway, if you guys have any questions at all, let me know in the comments below. Here's the summit.